Hey guys, it's Vic, and today we'll be reading our first entry from the Victionary and taking a look at the Slosher Deco, one of my favorite weapons in Splatoon 2. The Victionary is a series of guides to help provide a starting point for players looking to pick up new weapons or those who want some tips moving forward with the weapons they like. This guide will touch upon all the components of the Slosher Deco, and I'll have example gameplay in the background as well. I've got a decent amount of points on this weapon, so I think I can do it justice. Let's go! If you want to be able to paint, the Slosher Deco is going to be able to do that for you, or at least try its best. Here's a comparison of the Slosher Deco's turfing power in comparison to its cousin, the sloshing machine. The Slosher Deco will always paint the entire wall surface that you fling at, which the sloshing machine just won't do. See you later, sloshing machine. With a sprinkler and a large area per slosh, it's easy to build up special quickly. However, the slow speed of the slosher means you won't be able to out-ink opponents with short to mid-range guns like the splatter shot. Personally, I recommend having special charge up if you're trying to spam baller. 1 main and 3 sub-abilities with special charge up will bring the baller down from 200 points to less than 180 points per baller. That's a good slosh or two that you won't have to worry about. If you like to throw sprinklers and then get right back into the action, you might want to have ink saver sub so you can finish your fights. If you're a more defensive Slosher Deco player, ink recovery up will be a better option for you. It'll let you get your ink back faster and be prepared to spread more turf with new sprinklers. Your sprinkler is your player 5. You want to let it do the work for you. Paint that path on the right of Port Mackerel to slow down a push in Clam Blitz or Rainmaker. Throw it on the tower to get free protection, special points, and turf directly on the tower while you're making your push. When you're playing Splat Zones, you can put it on the left-hand side of the zone while you ink the right. Your baller is really good at forcing opponents to do what you want. Opponents have to move, unless they want to be splatted in your one-hit kill radius. The baller does enough damage that if you don't get the direct kill, one slosh will finish the job. Unlike the baller, the slosher itself does not have good mobility. You are nearly stock still when you throw your volley of ink. I like running a few subs of run speed up myself to help with this problem. You'll benefit from it the most if you're engaging in fights with players on uninkable surfaces, like the roof area of Schellendorf Institute, or the tarps near the spawn area of Snapper Canal. The Slosher Deco struggles against speedy opponents, such as brushes and mobile shooter users. For example, a tri-slosher, who isn't supposed to outrange you, may be able to close the distance with some good dodges if you don't plan your shots out carefully. You have to predict where your opponent is going to move. Once you are committed to a slosh, you have to either cancel it by swimming or try to arc your throw by moving the direction your inkling is facing. The ink you throw can curl if you move properly. You want to have calm, calculated sloshes. Watch here, how I know what I want to do before I commit to my fight. If you don't go in wildly slinging your slosher, you're going to have a much more successful time. Be warned, players that know about your limited movement options can take advantage of this. This inkjet relies on me not being able to hit them after becoming weak from my baller. If I had landed a slosh, it would have been a guaranteed kill. Why am I so confident that it would be a guaranteed kill? The Slosher Deco has a base damage of 70. That's really high. Of course, fall-off damage can make your opponent take less than 70 damage, but most of your fights will have you fight upwards or straight in front of you, so this shouldn't be an issue. The Slosher Deco can get kills from anywhere in its arc. Whether you're near the edge of your slosh or directly in front of your opponent, nearly any contact with your slosh arc will immediately deal 70 damage. The entirety of the arc does fall to the floor as well, meaning any opponent passing by will still be dealt damage even if you weren't trying to fight them. The Slosher Deco loves to space out shorter range opponents. You don't want to be engaging in a fight against someone who already knows where you are. You want to be the ambusher. If you can't, it's usually smarter to back up than to push forwards toward them, unless your opponent is cornered. Be careful about opponents who have longer range than you, because they may also swim back, and then outspace you instead. The slosher has such poor mobility that jumping in and shooting makes you a pretty big target. If you don't want that to happen, the swimming will help you out once you have your aim under control. I would recommend staying in the ink and popping in and out as you need. You can throw your sloshes out and then reposition yourself in a way that you can't end up under fire. Just be warned, while this strategy is effective, it is very defensive and won't work well against blasters. Your squid form is wider than your inkling form, and if the blaster is shooting near the ground, you have a pretty good chance of getting damage. Keeping this in mind, I still don't recommend using Ninja Squid with the slosher. The loss in swim speed you'll get from that really isn't worth it. If you want to practice on getting that aim just right, use the practice dummies. You don't want to be sloshing at where your opponents are. You want to be sloshing at where your opponents are going to go. And the practice dummies move at a bunch of different speeds, so that should help you out. Sometimes you just need to know where to aim. For example, on Humpback Pump Track, your slosh can reach all the way across to the other side of the hump. If you throw your slosh there before someone reaches there, it's likely they'll get stuck and hurt by your first slosh, and then you just need to finish them off. Sloshing ahead will always put them in a bad position that you and your teammates can take advantage of. If you happen to have your sprinkler behind them as well, they won't even be able to retreat, putting you in a really good position. I hope that this guide helps you the next time you play Slosher Deco. It's a powerful weapon, and it can be used for defense to stop pushes in ranked mode. On top of that, it has more than enough damage to help you be the one to make that aggressive, game-winning push. If you liked this, please consider leaving a comment below on what you'd like me to talk about next. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day!